Motivations Monday morning. I didn't get a chance to go live as much as I would have liked to have done last week because it was Airport Safety Week at Heathrow, and I was absolutely flat out doing e-colours, behavioural safety, team building, leadership coaching, and of course conflict resolution as well. So lots that was going on last week. I was networking with many people at Heathrow Airport. However, still got time for new clients and people coming on board with Life Remix coaching. So much to get through this week as well. I'll be back in the recording studio, which I'm really buzzing about. But look, I'm here to talk to you about how to overcome a fear of failure. Most human beings are suffering with some form of fear. Quite often, it will be a fear of failure. And I'm going to talk to you about how to overcome a fear of failure. It's an important thing to do. Once you've overcome the fear of failure, quite often people have to overcome the fear of success. But we'll come to that later. So the fear of failure is an absolute beauty. We need to overcome the fear of failure. We really do. If we're going to make anything of our lives, okay? So first and foremost, you have to identify the fear. My greatest fear was public speaking, but it wasn't really public speaking. We had to go a bit deeper than that. It was more a fear of rejection. So as a young DJ, if I played a record and I cleared the dance floor, I'd be like, oh no, please come back. I'd have this fear of failure. Then I'd play a cheesy big hit to see if everyone would come back to the dance floor. The point is that actually we need to overcome that fear of failure. You know, what anyone else thinks is none of your business, as I say many times. And I know that Emma says that to other people as well now. I hope you all do. I hope, like ripples in a pond, you actually say this stuff to other people when it resonates with you and you feel good about it. Good morning to every single one of you saying good morning. Good morning, Diana. Any one of you that wants to say hi, please put your name on the message so I know it's you. Unless you've authorized Restream, I might not be able to see who you are. Good morning, Marcus. So, Caroline, good morning. So, overcoming that fear. You need to identify it first and foremost. Mine was a fear of rejection. And actually that fear of rejection came up again and again. That's why I couldn't make a relationship work, because I had a fear of rejection. So I'd end up rejecting these young women first because I had a fear of it. Ridiculous, really, when you think about it. But the more you think about it, the more you suddenly go, oh, right, yeah. That's how I couldn't make a relationship work. That's how I couldn't make my businesses work. That's how I couldn't make my life really work. Not to the highest successes that I'm experiencing now and that I continue to experience and love and enjoy. So you must identify it first. Identify the fear. What is it, right? What is it? And go deeper. Not just like, I'm afraid of flying. Let's look at something else. Yeah, what's it really about? Let's get deep into this. Because when we can identify the fear, then we can actually start to do something about it. It's a little bit like Alcoholics Anonymous, where you would walk in and say, I am an alcoholic, because you've accepted it and you've understood it. That's where the work can begin. Well, you've got to identify your fear. What is it? Yeah, let's understand what that fear is, and then let's work out how we're going to deal with it. So once you've identified it, analyze the best and worst case scenarios around that. So rejection. No one comes to any of my events. No one listens to what I'm saying. No one connects with me on Facebook. It's the worst case scenario. Actually, I'm talking rubbish and nobody wants to hear it. Okay, worst case scenario stuff, right? But actually, the best case scenario is I can help other people feel good with music. I can help other people feel good with what I say, with my book, with Life Remixed. I can help other people feel good. And if I can help other people feel good, then they can help other people feel good. And that's the best case scenario, is at the end of the day, we all uplift each other. And that's what happens in Life Remixed, I have to say. You know, we all uplift each other. You know, whenever anyone's having a wobble or a moment, uplift, let's go again. Yeah. So the best and worst case scenarios, you have to analyze those. Okay. The next piece of advice I would give you is find and follow great people who have already made it. I guarantee you they've written a book. There's one there. There's hundreds of them. I guarantee that someone's written a book to tell you how bad it was and then how much or how well they fixed it. Right. I'm going to keep writing. I've got another book to come. Well, 3 more books to come, to be honest. So find and follow great people, understand what they're doing, follow them as close as you want to, from afar or up close with one-to-ones, whatever you want to do, but follow that person who's being successful. It's all I've done since I was bankrupt and unable to walk. So keep studying, right? Understand people, because there's no great, huge, big secret here. We just need to understand what it is that those people are doing that we are not doing. Okay? Very, very important. So connect with others who aren't afraid of failure. Get around a mastermind group. Get around people that are succeeding. Get around people, be around people that are uplifting you, that are supporting you, that are masterminding with you and going, well, if you thought about that, if you've done that, that's another good idea. Why don't you do that? Let's do this. Let's make something happen. Let's create something. Let's visualize something. Let's bring it into existence. So important. List 5 reasons that you know you'll succeed. I know I'll succeed. Not everyone's going to like me. Not everyone's going to love me. That's all right. That's fine. It's very much about, I know I'll succeed. There are 8 billion people on this planet, approximately. Yeah. We only need a few of them to connect with us in a good way for our skills, for us to be wealthy. Okay. So let's think about that, and let's think about how we're going to deliver that. Okay. So list those 5 reasons you know you'll succeed. Okay. And feel good about them. Believe is a big word. Remember Ted Lasso and believe, right? You must believe. When people use the word, oh, it's unbelievable, I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Okay? It's perfectly believable, right? You must believe for you to get yourself where you want to get to. Okay? Then I want you to feel a deep, deep, deep gratitude for life. A deep gratitude for life. Not for material things, because material things are fleeting. Not even for people, because people come and go, right? The neighbors next door will move, you know, things will change in your life. You don't need to feel grateful to every other person. You don't need to feel grateful for material things, although that's a good place to start, by the way. But actually, let's get to a place where we feel deep, deep gratitude for being, for a human being, yeah, for being a human. Be grateful for that. If you're grateful for that, that is a beautiful place to start your morning. Trust me, every single day. All right. Couple more points for you in how to overcome a fear of failure. Always leave others with the impression of increase for your presence. So when you're there, you've turned up, you're doing what you're doing. Make sure that other people feel a little bit uplifted. Make sure other people have got a little bit more business. Make sure other people feel a little bit better about themselves. That's it. That's it. Just do that, and pretty soon a fear of failure will just leave you, because you're always adding value to someone else. The amount of value that I add to other people means I no longer fear failure. I used to feel failure a lot because I added a little bit of value on a Saturday night or a Friday night where I played music for a couple of hours, but I didn't do a lot else. A lot else was all about me, right? And that was ego and e-colors and some of my potential limiters that come into play with my e-colors, that kind of thing, right? But if you leave others with an impression of increase, if you get past yourself, I say to a lot of my coaching clients, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way, right? And actually leave other people with an impression of increase for you being there. And if that happens, everyone will love you. People won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. So how you're making other people feel. And the last thing I'd say on overcoming the fear of failure, and I suggest you watch this back a few times. It's there, it's live on all my pages. Watch it back a few times, okay? Have an accountability partner to keep you on track. Now, quite a lot of people come to me thinking I'm a therapist. I'm not a therapist at all. I have done therapy. I understand therapy, but I'm not a therapist. If you need therapy, I recommend a website now called betterhelp.com, which seems to be a really, really good place for people to get a deep therapy, to be able to do some crying or releasing some energy that they need to release. Fully recommend that. Find a therapist, betterhelp.com. Okay. A coach is different. A therapist is dealing with the past, so we can put it down. A coach is here and now, and then we're going onwards and upwards. That's what a coach is for. Therapy first, coaching next. Yeah, on your journey. So definitely get that. Have an accountability partner to keep you on track. Get moving. Okay. I often say to some of my clients, they come to me, they want their foot hard on the accelerator, like, let's go. But they've also got the other foot on the brake. And they're just sitting there and they're spinning their wheels, and eventually their engine burns out. It's an important thing to think about. So, some forthcoming attractions for you. I must give a huge shout to Paul at Tribal Fitness in Surrey. Paul Roberts, go Tribal, go-tribal.co.uk. Paul at Tribal in Surrey, I've been to see him twice last week for some additional fitness. He's one of my coaching clients for success and mind. I've gone to him for body and fitness and flexibility, and already I'm seeing a difference within a few days. Paul, you are a genius. And I'm looking forward to doing a lot more work with you, mate. I must say thank you to Gav Randall. We did Release Radio on Saturday night. If you go to my Mixcloud or Release Radio's Mixcloud, you can certainly listen back to myself and Gav Randall on the radio. It's worth a listen. Some beautiful tunes, some nice chat, and I think Gav's going to join me going forwards as well. So all power to Gav Randall. It was wonderful to have him on board as well on Saturday night on Release Radio. Watch out for some live remixed and Release Radio music events coming up soon as well. So me and Release are teaming up on a couple of ideas. Going to be in the studio this week, as I said, on Wednesday. I'm going to be back in the recording studio, so expect to live from there. My happy place. Making new music with Angela Johnson, Danny Ramplin, Michaeli Chiavarini, Lisa Ruddy, and more. So lots more music to come as well. So really buzzing about being back in the studio. It's been 11 months that I've been full-time on this huge contract at Heathrow. So it's nice to go down to a couple of days a week there for the summer, which is lovely. What other stuff? This Friday, I'm going to be at the Brighton Music Conference. This Friday, the Brighton Music Conference, I'm going to be on the mental health panel talking about Life Remixed with some great people. It's at the I360 in Brighton, the Brighton Music Conference. I highly recommend that you go to Brighton on Friday. It's going to be a wonderful weekend down there. Friday we'll be there. I'm going to be on this panel with the one and only Danny Ramplin, of course, Martin Wright, Carly Heath, Ellie Taliban, and Talabian, I should say. Ellie Taliban, sorry, Ellie, and Jenny Cochran as well. So a wonderful group. Really looking forward to meeting some of those guys. Haven't seen Jenny or Danny for a while as well. So really looking forward to seeing them. That's going to be great. The mental health panel on Friday at the Brighton Music Conference. So buzzing about that. Going to be at the Armstrong Neild event in Manchester City Stadium in July as well, and the She Show at MK Dons Stadium, doing my football ground tours for Mark Wilkinson Official and Life Remixed and Hillmont Associates, behavioural safety, etc. Life Remixed live events are coming back, so watch out for those. And a really big thing, we're doing the Vocal Booth Weekender. We're going to be in Spain on the last week of September. Andy Ward's Vocal Booth Weekender is mint, okay? The music is fantastic. Beautiful vibes over there in Spain. We're going to be there. We're also going to run a golf day, Life Remixed versus Vocal Booth, so that'll be a good fun, the golf day. There's a spa there as well for people that don't play golf, and we're doing a success coaching session on the Monday there as well. So we're going to be there for the whole week. It's going to be fantastic. Get yourself a Vocal Booth Weekender ticket, get involved, and we're going to be in Spain for this whole week. I'm going to send out more information in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's going to be great to do that. And there's going to be another high value session that I only found out about on Wednesday. There's going to be another high value session there as well. So that's going to be fantastic. So make sure you get involved with some of these things that we've got coming up. I would love to see you. I want you to think about overcoming the fear of failure. And then, of course, you need to think about, once you've overcome the fear of failure, hang on, have I got a fear of success as well, right? So that's another point. So we'll talk about that later. But the bottom line is, I want you to have a wonderful Monday, sending out love and good vibes to every single one of you, like ripples in a pond. Think about what I've said, help other people. And I've just noticed my signs all over the place. Look at that. I'm in a rush, yellow, red. Now, I need to get going. It's wonderful to see you all. It's wonderful to have you all on board with me. Spread the love. Share this with other people if you feel they need it, or just share it to your wall for other people to see. Go to markwilkinsonofficial.com, and if you'd like a free 30-minute, no obligation, no hard sell stuff, if you'd like a free 30-minute chat with me, just jump in my diary. There'll be some availability certainly in June. So I'd love to hear from you. Take care of yourselves. Lots of love. I'm off ski. Got